Hello, dear friends, and welcome to the English Learning in Buddha's Teachings, a podcast by Soulful Seed, where we not only improve our English skills, we also nourish our hearts and grow together through timeless wisdom. This is episode 10 of our journey, and today we return to a powerful, unforgettable parable from the Buddha's teachings. The Elephant and the Blind Man, a story that helps us reflect deeply on how we see the world, how we listen to others, and how we practice humility in both life and learning. I invite you, wherever you are, to pause for a moment, maybe place one hand gently over your heart and take a deep breath in and out. Let's arrive here fully with presence, with openness, and with a soft curiosity. Now, let me begin by telling you the story again, slowly and clearly in simple English, so you can listen, imagine, and feel its message. A long time ago, in a village in India, there lived a king who wanted to teach people an important lesson. One day, the king asked his servants to bring an elephant into the village. The elephant was strong, tall, and majestic. It stood quietly as a group of 6 blind men were invited to come and touch it. Each of these men had been blind since birth. They had never seen an elephant before. They had never touched one either. The king said, "Go ahead, touch the elephant and tell me what you think it looks like." The first blind man walked up to the side of the elephant. He touched the large, flat body. He said, "Ah, now I understand. An elephant is like a wall." The second blind man touched the tusk. He ran his hand along the long, hard surface and said, "No, no, no. An elephant is like a spear." The third blind man reached for the trunk. It moved slightly as he held it. He laughed and said, "You are both wrong. An elephant is like a snake." The fourth blind man touched the leg and felt its strong, round shape. He said confidently, "An elephant is like a tree trunk." The fifth blind man touched the ear. It was soft and wide. He said, "Certainly, an elephant is like a fan." And the sixth blind man held the tail, which felt small and thin. He shook his head and said, "You're all mistaken. An elephant is like a rope." They all began to argue. "You're wrong. No, I'm right. An elephant is not like that at all." The king listened to their voices becoming louder, more frustrated, more certain of their own truth. Then he said gently, "My friends, you're all partly right, and you're all partly wrong. You each touch one part of the elephant. If you want to understand the full truth, you must first listen to each other. Only then you can begin to see the whole picture." Let us take a breath. What a beautiful and humbling story. It teaches us about perception, about truth, and about the importance of listening with compassion. In today's episode, I want to reflect deeply on what this story means for us, not only as English learners, but as human beings walking this journey of life. So I invite you to ask yourself, have I ever believed I was completely right without listening to others? Have I ever judged someone's English, their accent, or their pronunciation, vocabulary, based on just a small part of what I heard? Have I ever judged myself in the same way? If your answer is yes, you're not alone. You have us. It's part of being human. This story reminds us to stay humble, to remember that what we see is never the full truth. And what's especially important when we are learning a language, because learning a language is not just grammar or vocabulary, it's emotion, it's culture, it's connection. Let's take this story and connect it to how we learn English. Imagine this. One learner focuses on grammar only. They say, English is rules. It's about being correct. Another says, no, English is about speaking fast and sounding fluent. A third one says, you must have perfect pronunciation or people won't understand you. And another one says, just memorize phrases. That's all you need. Each of them is touching one part of the elephant. Grammar matters, so does pronunciation, vocabulary, listening, shadowing, real conversation. They all matter, but none of them alone is the full truth. And more importantly, behind all those skills in the mindset, if you learn with fear, with pressure, with shame, it doesn't matter how many words you know, you will feel stuck. But if you learn with curiosity, with love, with openness, every small step becomes beautiful. So here is what I want you to remember today. Your English learning is not a race. It's not a competition. It's a journey. And it's okay to move slowly, to make mistakes, and to not know everything, because none of us do. Let's pause here, and I'll ask you a question to reflect on. Question: why do the blind men in the story argue so strongly? Answer: because each one believes only what he touches. They don't listen to each other. They don't see that they all have different pieces of the truth. And that, dear listener, is the same in life. When we stop listening, when we stop being open, we fall into the trap of ignorance. We become like the blind man arguing about what we cannot fully see. The Buddha encouraged us to see things clearly, but also kindly, to develop what is called right view, not just with our eyes, but with our hearts. That means understanding that we all carry different truths, different experiences, different ways of speaking, learning, and expressing ourselves. Now, let's practice some useful English from this story. Here are a few phrases you can repeat and use in daily life. I might not see the whole picture yet. This reminds us to stay humble. Let me listen to your view before I decide. This shows open mindedness. Each person may have a piece of the truth. This helps us avoid conflict and practice understanding. Let's try to understand the full picture together. This builds unity and teamwork. You can pause the podcast, repeat those sentences out loud, and even shadow them again and again. The more you say them, the more naturally they will become. As we continue, I want to invite you to think about your own learning. Sometimes we feel like we're not good enough. We compare ourselves. We judge our pronunciation, our grammar, and our vocabulary. But what if I told you that your current level is just one part of the elephant? What you see as weakness may be strength in another form. Maybe you're quiet now, but that means you listen deeply. Maybe your grammar isn't perfect, but your heart is present. Maybe you don't speak fast, but you speak with care and love. You're not the mistake you made today. You're not just your speaking score. You're a full human being, learning, changing, growing. Like the elephant, you're bigger than any one part. Let us come to the end of today's reflection with a little gratitude. Take one more deep breath. Place your hand on your heart, if you like, and repeat silently or aloud. I see only part of the picture now, and that's okay. I choose to stay open, to listen, and to learn. I am learning English not just with my mouth, but with my mind and heart. I am enough. I am growing. I am not alone. Dear listener, thank you for being here today. Thank you for listening, not just with your ears, but with your spirit. Remember, this podcast is not only for learning English, it's for learning how to live better, how to love more gently, and how to walk the path of wisdom together. Please follow the English learning in Buddha's teachings on your favorite platform. You can listen, repeat, reflect, and share it with others. If this episode touched your heart, I invite you to practice one thing today. Try listening without judgment. Try seeing more than just one part of the picture. This is Soulful Seed, where English meets mindfulness and every voice matters. Until next time, may you speak with compassion, may you listen with presence, may you learn with peace. Thank you. Bye for now.